We are back here at the Breyer Group Stadium and it is time for another episode of the O Show. Here we go. So for the first time this season, we're not doing a no-show after a win. Unfortunately, Saturday's 1-0 defeat against Sutton put an end to our historic start to the campaign. Now let's take a look over the last 14 games at the best bits of this fantastic Orient team.
Towards that back post, and it's in! Finally! They've been knocking on the door, and finally, Leyton Orient have kicked it off its hinges.
Some phenomenal football there from a truly fantastic Orient side. I'm looking forward to see the boys pick up their form again on Saturday when we take on Maidenhead. Now, I've got this man here, Scott McLeish. He was everywhere, if you remember the chant. He's here, he's there, and he's everywhere. And he is now upstairs waiting for us. We're going to go have a chat and see how he's been getting on and what he's up to today. Here we go. Let's have just a quick chat. Well, I mean, I suppose you can't have a quick chat because it was obviously so long. But about your time at Orient, how many years did you... It must have been a good 10?
Yeah, over a period of time. I mean, I came in 95 for a month.
I wasn't even born then.
John Sitton was the manager back then, so we all know the John Sitton video. I come literally just after that video.
Okay.
But yeah, that was an entertaining period. I remember turning up, and we played a little transfer game, and John was playing. Yeah. And as the ball come in, I sort of sidestepped, went round John, and he caught me knee high, and it was like, "Welcome to Leyton Orient." So I was like, okay. But yeah, that was good. So I was here for a month on loan then from Charlton. I come back in '97. Tommy Taylor had me as the manager at Cambridge. I was there on loan, and he got the job. He bought me straight away from Peterborough. I'd signed a 3-year deal, and back then Barry Hearn had just taken over as well. So again, it was like transitioning the club. Signed a 3-year deal, and a year later I was sold. I was like, okay, what have I done? And Tommy said to me, he goes, nothing, literally, I need to generate money to bring in new players, and you're the only one at the moment I can sell. So I got sold to Barnet, and I come back in 2008, I think it was, 2009. Yeah. And again, it was just a chance. Geraint Williams got the job. I knew Geraint from being my assistant, or being the assistant at Colchester when I played there, and we got on really well. And we'd always kept in contact, and when he got the job, I just texted him, literally a text of, congratulations, glad you're back in football, because he'd been out of it for a little while. I hope you do really well. And he went, thank you, mate. Do you fancy coming to save the O's? And I went, I didn't text you for that. And I was I was having a bad time at Wickham where I weren't playing. Me and the manager weren't seeing eye to eye. I'd been to Northampton on loan, come back, and Geraint said, "If you're available, I'd take you."
Yeah.
I was 36 or something. I was like, yeah. So we got in contact with Wickham. Wickham were happy to let me go. I come back to the end of the season. I think I scored 5 goals. We managed to stay up.
Nice.
And in the summer, Geraint said, "I want to sign you."
Cool.
So the 4th period was kind of, I signed again, but it was an extension of the 3rd period, really, because it was a permanent. His class has 4 stints in. Again, I've enjoyed every minute of it, even with Geraint. Probably the highlight of the Geraint, we played Newcastle, and I remember Geraint after the game going,
that bicycle kick.
Yeah, but I remember Geraint after the game going, "Oh no." I said, "What?" He says, "All the fans are going out the ground going, we're going to win League One." And all the Newcastle fans were coming out going, "We're getting relegated from the Championship." And it was literally the polar opposite. They ran away with the Championship. We struggled in League One, Geraint got the sack, and Russell Slade come in.
Do you still bring out that bicycle kick video at all the family parties?
No.
You should.
Of course not.
You should.
I'll be honest, I've done a little bit of coaching at EDSV for a friend. There's a college scheme, they wanted me to just come in and coach on the strikers. And a few of them were like, "You've never done this, you know." I went, "Yeah, no, what did you used to do?" They went, "Oh, I used to, when I scored, I used to do a somersault celebration." And I showed them, and they got a girls here as well, and the girls were like, "No way." I went, "There you go." And I went, "Oh, and I'll do this." And I showed them the Newcastle goal. All of a sudden my respect went up a little bit with a few 16 to 18 year olds who were players who probably weren't even born when I was starting out.
Throwing this on you a bit, it's a bit of a surprise. I've got some questions here about your career. I'm just going to see how well you know yourself. You seem to know yourself pretty well. Ling, we asked Ling about 10 questions, and I think he got 2 right.
Okay.
So let's see if you can do any better than Ling. So question number 1. During your 4th, or 3rd technically, spell at Orient in 2009 to 2011, how many goals did you score in 81 league appearances?
Right, so I scored 17 one season, that was my last.
I can give you some options if you want.
Go on in.
Yeah. Was it 24, 36, 21 or 27?
Right, so I think I got 5 in... So in the full spell?
From 2009 to 2011.
Say the options again?
24.
Yeah, no.
36.
No.
21.
No.
27.
Oh, I'm going to guess.
You said no problem.
I'm going to say 27. I thought it was 1 or 2 more. I thought it was 28, 29.
I've got down here 24.
Okay.
Got down here 24.
And that's from where? 9 till?
2009 to 2011. Shall we have a shooters inquiry on that one?
Well, I got 17 in my last season.
Okay.
And then I'm sure I got 12 the season before.
Maybe is this league goals only, Courtney?
Might be.
League goals only.
Okay.
Oh, there we are. So league goals. Shall we start the quiz again and just pretend that you don't know the answer? Right, on to the next question. At which one of your clubs did you score the most goals? Was it Orient, Northampton, Wickham or Colchester?
Right, so Wickham was 34-ish, Northampton's 54, Colchester's... I'm gonna guess Colchester, but I think I might be wrong by 1 or 2
You're
goals.
wrong, it's Northampton Town. You've got the most goals.
51 and 54 or something.
Town, I don't have it there, but Northampton Town. So that's still none right. Next one. Who was your debut goal in 1994, in the 1994-95 season for Orient against? So who did you score your debut goal against for Orient? Was it York, Wrexham, Cardiff or Chester?
Okay, so that's the league, so that's Cardiff.
Yep, that's right, you got one answer there. 3 more questions to go. At what age did you make your Cheshunt history? At what age did you make Cheshunt history and become the oldest player to appear for the club after your debut in the FA Cup?
So that
were you 42, 43, 44 or 41?
43.
You were 43. 43, so that's 2 right. I think that puts you on par with Lingy now. Next, how many goals did you score in your debut season with Edgware Town? Do you need some options for this, or do you think you got it?
I think I might know this one somewhere. Go on, give me the options.
31, 32, 33 or 34?
Oh wow, now again, you're getting league goals again, see?
Yep.
I know total goals.
31. 32, 32 league goals for Edgware Town.
It was 41 in the season. So you've got to remember seasons. Us goal scorers, we know all goals.
You count them all.
Not just league goals.
And the last question here, let's see if you can. Was it 2 Ling he got?
Yeah, I've got to try and beat Martin.
So you got to get one more. Get this one for the win. During your second spell in E10, you contributed to 7 goals. But where did the team finish in the Division 3 1996-97 season? Was it 16th, 15th, 14th, or 13th?
16th.
Correct, I think you've beaten Martin Lee there. Well done, Scott.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us today.
No worries.
Good luck with the PFA event.
Thank you.
And good luck with your season as well.
And hopefully all in to do well.
Hopefully. Cheers, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Fresh after being named the National League Player of the Month, we caught up with Marvin and put your questions to him. Let's see some of his answers. Right, so I'm here in the West Stand with Marvin and Marvin, lovely to have you, mate.
You too,
mate. Give you a little handshake. Congratulations, being announced the National League Player of the Month. How does that feel?
Thanks, and I'm honoured to be announced National League Player of the Month. So I've been working hard this month, so yeah. Just happy to get rewarded for it. Yeah, and your performances have been pretty. You've had 3 goals for the season now. Yeah, already.
You got your eye on the golden boot?
I'm coming for it. Yeah.
Well, we put out on Twitter earlier that we were going to be chatting with you, and some fans have been sending their questions. So I'm going to ask you some now. I'm going to start off quite close to home for you. At Tyrell_Nicole asked, do you think you're doing well because of your girlfriend's cooking?
Yeah, definitely. Played a big part in it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you thank her for the National League Player of the Month award?
She's played a big part in it. So
what does she cook you?
I have to, just different things, anything I want, literally tell her she does it.
I'm coming round for dinner one night. At David Barrett 6 said, question for Big Marv, what areas of your game do you feel you'd like to improve on?
I'd like to improve on my positioning off the ball, because sometimes I get caught ball watching and get caught on the wrong side of the ball. Yeah. So it's definitely something I need to keep. I've been working on it throughout the season, so just need to keep it up now. Okay,
nice. I was going to say, if you have been working on it so far, it's been notable as well throughout the season, that improvement. At Orient Fan TV asked, have you now set yourself a goals target for the season?
Yeah, to be fair, like beginning of the season, I set myself 5 goals.
Okay, so only 2 away.
So yeah, so I'm not far off now. So
that's all right.
I think I'll leave it at 5. Anything more than that, it's a bonus.
Hitting 5. If you can hit 5 by Christmas. At Harry Smith 124 asked, what's been your best moment in an O shirt so far? Because you've been here for how long now? Nearly, you're coming up to a year.
Up to a year. It's end of January. Yeah. So
what's been your favourite moment so far?
My favourite moment is tricky. I think it has to be my home debut against Barrow.
That's where you came on for Coulson, wasn't it?
Early.
And kept a clean sheet?
No, we were losing 1-0.
Yeah, and we didn't concede.
We won 4-1, yeah.
Oh, that was good. Good game.
Good game, yeah.
Josh Cromer scored in that game, didn't he? And busted out.
Yeah.
And that leads us on to our next question quite nicely, because at Mike Brown Music has asked, would you rather have Joe Widdowson's hair or Josh Cromer's dance moves?
Ooh.
Do you think you could grow a fro like that?
Nah, definitely the dance moves. I couldn't.
Yeah?
The hair's too much for me.
It's a spectacular set of hair. And you went paintballing this morning.
Yeah, decent.
And someone's seen that, and they've got a question. It's about Josh Coulson. I am Adam Dudley asked, how did Josh Coulson manage to get a paintball helmet to cover his massive forehead? Was there any struggles there?
There actually was. To be fair, we said it before. There was a lot of banter about that. But yeah, he was good as well. He's one of the better players.
Who was the best?
The best, Charlie Lee.
Yeah? And the worst?
I don't want to say it on here, but
go on.
Might have to.
Name and show.
Danny Webb.
Danny Webb?
Yeah. Gonna have to.
I'll
put him in it.
He had a laugh about my football skills last week. I'm having a laugh about his paintball skills this week. Brilliant, man. Well, thank you for joining us, and good luck for the game on Saturday.
Cheers, thanks for having me.
Brilliant. Well done again.
Thanks.
Some great questions there from you guys, and thank you to Marvin for some great answers as well, and congratulations for being named Player of the Month. Thoroughly deserved. We also caught up with Chief Executive Danny Macklin and had a look at all of the business that's been going on at the Brea Group Stadium. Let's have a look and see what he says.
Danny, thanks for joining us on the O Show. How have you been?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been entertaining, I think, first 13 games of the season, and then obviously Saturday was hopefully just a little blip.
It's been a while since we've caught up with you. There's been a number of things changing around the stadium. Speak to us a bit about the catering.
We needed to improve it. It wasn't acceptable. We obviously made a change of caterer. It was, should we say, forced upon us at the start of the calendar year, and after one game of this season, it was absolutely evident that we absolutely had to make that change. We did a lot of due diligence this time around in bringing in British Event Catering. 2 games in, we're really pleased. There's still some areas that we want to collectively improve, but we can certainly see game by game some massive improvements. We're now looking at how we can try and expand the menu, but the menu that we do have is being very well received, especially the pie and mash. Now that that's available in every area of the ground, I'm led to believe it's very tasty.
It is, and it seems to be very popular on social media. A lot of people tweeting us in pictures of their pie and mash, and really pleased about that.
It's, in comparison to what the tweets we were getting sort of the back end of last season, it's very pleasing to see that. But yeah, it's exactly what the fans should expect, and we want to make that even better and improve our drinks range as well, and encourage people to come into the ground and enjoy that atmosphere prior to the game.
And the O's are going international next week. We host England C at the Very Group Stadium, and we have our very own Josh Croman and Marvin hopefully featuring. That's really big for the club, isn't it?
Be great for Orient fans to see those two in another shirt other than the normal Orient one. It'll be fantastic. Hopefully we'll have a good couple of thousand people here for that game. It's obviously a prestigious game to host, and hopefully if that goes well, we can perhaps host other England internationals at sort of youth levels, which would be fantastic to see that at the Briar Stadium.
Because we've seen a few other National League stadiums host England youth internationals, like I think Chesterfield host a few. Is that something that we've been looking to get at the Very Group Stadium for a while?
We'll certainly be asking that question if we can do that. We've been in collaboration with the FA for a few months in terms of this fixture coming up next Wednesday, but we very much want this to be a regular thing, and obviously being relatively central to London, it's easy for London football fans to jump on the tube or however they get here to come and support England.
And next week also sees the return of our very popular football 4-5er in our fixture against Hartlepool. Speak to us a little bit about that and the initiative around the club. Our strapline is real football in the capital, and that's the strapline that we want to deliver on, exactly what it says on the tin. We want to encourage football fans, whether they're West Ham supporters, Chelsea supporters, Tottenham supporters, or pretty much any other London club that haven't got any football, with it being the international break, to actually take in some real football up close and personal, and hopefully an entertaining game against Hartlepool. And we hope that we might have 6,000–7,000 people here at the stadium. I've seen a few tweets going around. Can you tell us about anything special that might be going on at that game? O-Nuts are back. So for next Saturday, obviously 13th of October, we will have a good range in stock of Dunkin' Donuts branded, of whoever came up with the name, absolute genius in terms of O-Nuts. So yeah, they'll be on sale at various points around the ground, and there's a number of promotions we're doing as well in collaboration with Dream Team, which will be announced in the coming days, to encourage again fans to come in early and really help to build that atmosphere to hopefully get another home victory. And there's always things going on around the club. Is there anything new you want to get out to fans that we haven't heard of at the moment? One of the things we really want to do, obviously we are very much about the engagement with fans, so we have yet another one of our really useful for us and hopefully useful for the fans focus groups. So that's coming up, details of that on the website. At the moment we've got some good numbers of fans coming, but we certainly want to sort of have 20–25 people there, so we can really get into the nitty gritty on what can make that match day experience and non-match day experience for every Orient fan that little bit more enjoyable.
That is it for another episode of the O Show. Thank you very much for watching. Also a massive thank you to Scott McLeish, Marvin and Danny Macklin for appearing. Now we travel to Maidenhead on Saturday, where I'll be there doing the Instagram stories, so do come and grab me if you want to be part of it. And then we are back in action here at the Briar Group Stadium against Hartlepool on Saturday the 13th, where you can get tickets for only a £5 and hopefully see a return of those O-Nuts. So as always, stay social and up the O's. Come on Orient!